Hi everybody, Mr. Peacock here. For our final video, we're going to be talking about changing dimensions. Again, but this time in 3D. This is geometry. Okay, we're going to do this lesson kind of again. It's a continuation of effects of changing dimensions. This time though, we are only going to talk about proportionally, not non-proportionally. But we are doing one thing that's new. That's right, we're adding volume. So, let's just go straight into it. Proportionally. All right, so let's just look at this rectangular prism. So first off, what would the original surface area be? Well, remember, it's the perimeter of the base times the height. So 4 plus 3 is 7, so that's 14 times 2, which is 28, plus 12 and plus 12. So 28 plus 12 is 40, plus 12 more gets us 52 units squared. That's our total surface area. Now, let's talk about the original volume. 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 times 3 gets us 24 units cubed. So in this case, the surface area is actually bigger than the volume would be in a 2 by 4 by 3. But now, let's see what happens when we double the length of each side. So in this case, we now have a 4 by 8 by 6 rectangular prism. So let's talk about what the new surface area is going to be. Well, 8 times 4, 8 plus 6 is 14, so that's 28. 28 times 4 is going to be, well, let's see, 25 times 4 is 100, so I believe 112. And then times 48 plus 48, that ends up getting us 208 units. 208 units, by the way, happens to be 4 times bigger, which makes sense because in the last lesson we learned that the area should be the number of times time squared. So like in this case, because everything's double the length, it should be 2 squared or 4 times bigger. But let's talk about the new volume. Well, 4 times 8 times 6 gets us 192 units cubed. And fun fact, 192 is 8 times bigger than 24, which actually also makes sense because 2 cubed is 8. So when we talk about units cubed, we should take the change in dimensions and cube it. Well, let's make sure that actually works and that wasn't just a weird fluke. We're going to now triple the sides. So 6, 9, and 12. All right, so here's our first question. What is the new surface area? So once again, we would do 21 plus 21. So 12 plus 12 is 24 plus 18. So 21 plus 21 is 42. And then 42 times 6. And then we'd also do plus 12 times 9, 12 times 9. Basically, what you end up getting is 468 units squared, which is 9 times bigger than the original 52, which once again makes sense. We're talking about area, and since everything was 3 times bigger on each side, it's going to be 3 squared times bigger, or 9. But then let's talk about the new volume. So at that point, 6 times 12 times 9, that gets us 648, which notice it's the first time our volume is bigger than our surface area. As the sides get bigger and bigger, the surface area, the volume is going to overshadow the surface area eventually as your shapes get bigger. So in this case, it's 648 units cubed, which is 27 times bigger, which once again makes sense because 3 times 3 is 9 times 3. 3 cubed is 27. There we go. So now let's talk about the effect of change in dimensions. So we already did these 3 in the last video. You can choose to watch it later. But our last one here, I did change a couple of words because we're talking about 3-dimensional figures. But our last one here is volume, and our change in volume is a cubed. And there we go. That's really about it in terms of the actual video, in terms of everything that you need. So the only thing left for you to do is like and subscribe for more content Will there be more content? What's going to happen? Hi, everybody. Mr. Peacock here again. So, that's it. That's the last major video for this year that you need. I might make a couple more little bites, but in reality, that's the end. I've taught geometry since 2012, and that's probably the last bit of math I'm going to be teaching, at least for a while. So, I want to thank you all for the year. I want to thank those of you who are my students, I guess in sixth period this year. Thank you all for watching and not just waiting till I went over the homework with you. I want to thank those of you who are in my class and then still watch my videos, but I don't have any more after the semester. There's not a day where I don't miss having you all in class. I love my new classes, but I deeply miss having you all in my class, and I hate that I didn't get to finish out the year with you. For those of you who weren't in my class at all, thank you for some reason watching these videos. It makes zero sense to me. I have no idea why anyone would ever want to watch this, but thank you all, and thank those of you who decide to randomly watch these someday in the future. But I had a lot of ideas as to what to do with this last one, because I wanted it to be something that tied the year together, and I realized I couldn't really come up with anything. I tried walking out and turning off the light. Class dismissed. I tried one of those pause things. And then I considered just taking the end credits from my finale video last year that I made for my kids. But ultimately, I realized none of those felt right. I need to talk to you all. And the best way to end this video and to end this year was to tell you the thing I need to tell you the most. And that's that